In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Peace and blessings be upon Muhammad and his pure family. Brothers and sisters, today we need to address one of the greatest contradictions in the core doctrine of the followers of the Ahmadi religion of peace and light, the so-called law of knowing God's Vicegerent. In a recorded lecture, Abdullah Hashim himself explained that this law is eternal. He said it has existed since the time of Adam, all the way until today. He even described it as God's unchanging phone number, a timeless law that has always been complete.
Ahmad al-Hassan said God did leave a clear way to communicate with him. And that way was the same phone number, which he never changed from the time of Adam all the way till now. And it's very simple, and it's in front of you, and no Christian, nor Jew, nor Muslim would disagree on it. And it's this law, the law of knowing the proof or the messenger or the representative of God. So Ahmad al-Hassan said when he came with these things, he brought a logical argument forth that nobody could argue against. Everybody agreed that actually this is the case. And when they go and they look at the examples of the prophets and the messengers, they find that, yes, David, Solomon, Ezekiel, the prophets, the messengers, all of them, from the time of Adam till Muhammad, were claiming that God is the only one who can rule. God is the only one who can appoint a king, a messenger, a vicegerent. And that vicegerent has to be knowledgeable. And that vicegerent has to call towards this system.
According to his words, this law is clear, it's eternal, and never new. But then, in the goal of the wise, the story changes. It's been mentioned the following. Ahmad al-Hassan began establishing the pillars of this religion by reviving people's relationship with the Lord. He came with the truth that no one had preceded him with. He revealed a roadmap that God has set for us since the beginning of time. A roadmap by which people began to find their way back to God. That roadmap is the law of knowing the proof of God. The law of knowing the proof of God is derived from the Quran and the story of creation. And it states that the divine messenger in every age is identified by three criterias. Firstly, that he's appointed by God and mentioned on the tongue of the previous prophet or messenger. Secondly, that he is knowledgeable of everything and possesses divine knowledge. And thirdly, that he calls to God and to God's rulership, meaning that God alone appoints the caliph or ruler. Here, Abdullah Hashim presents the law as if it was revealed only during Ahmad al-Hassan's mission, as though it was a new teaching, a discovery, only brought forward in our time. This makes the law sound like an innovation, rather than an eternal principle. Now let's take this a step further. I want you to watch this clip, where Abdullah Hashim himself is congratulating Abu Fadl, the son of Ahmad al-Hassan. Yes, the son.
مباركة خاصة لتاني المهدي ابن الإمام أحمد الحسن ونبارك له على فتح قناة المنقذ.
But wait a moment. According to their own teaching, the vicegerent of God can only be known through that law. Divine appointment by name in the Prophet's will, complete knowledge, and calling to the supremacy of God. So I ask, where in the will of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him and his family, is Abu Fadl mentioned? Where are the narrations naming him as a Mahdi? Where is the divine letter of appointment? Where are the proofs of knowledge? The truth is, there are none. If Abdullah Hashim truly believed in this law, then why is he congratulating Abu Fadl without these proofs? Why is he ignoring the very criteria he himself claims are unchangeable from Adam until today? This exposes the reality. The law is not applied consistently. It is changed, bent, and ignored whenever it suits them. So the question becomes very clear. If the law of knowing God's vicegerent was truly divine, then how could Abdullah Hashim himself abandon it in practice by recognizing Abu Fadl, the son of Ahmad al-Hassan, without evidence? This is proof that the entire system is built on contradictions. But brothers and sisters, the contradictions don't end there. We've already seen how Abdullah Hashim presents this law in a completely different way, sometimes eternal, sometimes newly revealed. And to make the contradiction even worse, let's look at the sayings of Ahmad al-Hassan himself. Ahmad al-Hassan was asked, "My beloved master, what is the law of knowing the Caliph of Allah? And is it complete?" His answer was, "It is incomplete for you," meaning that you don't know the inner meanings of the law. The complete law has not yet been revealed, and what you have learned so far is incomplete. So which is it? Is it eternal and complete since Adam? Or is it newly revealed in Ahmad's time? Or is it incomplete and still hidden? Now, I know what excuses they might try to give, so let's deal with them one by one. They might claim, well, the law is eternal with God, but only revealed in stages. But if this is true, then why did Abdullah Hashim say it had been complete since Adam? An eternal complete law does not need to be revealed in stages. This is a contradiction. They may argue incomplete means hidden inner meanings, not the outer law. But Ahmad al-Hassan's own words are clear. The complete law has not yet been revealed. This is not about hidden meanings. This is a direct denial of completeness. They could also argue that Abu Fadl had hidden proofs, only known to his father, Ahmad al-Hassan. But if hidden proofs override the three criteria, then the law is meaningless. A divine law cannot be suspended or ignored at will. And finally, last but not least, they could argue, well, these contradictions are only apparent, not real. But Allah himself has given us the standard in the Quran. He mentions in Surah 4 verse 82, had it not been from other than Allah, you would have found within it much contradiction. The contradictions are real, they are textual, and they are undeniable. So I leave you with the final question. If a law is sometimes eternal, sometimes newly revealed, sometimes incomplete, and even abandoned in practice, is it truly a law of God? Or is it simply a man-made excuse that bends whenever it's challenged? Because the law from Allah does not change. A law from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not confused, and the law from Allah is never ignored by its own promoters. Every road leads to the same conclusion. This law is not divine. It's a human invention, and it fails Allah's own test in the Quran. Peace and blessings be upon the Prophet and his holy household. Wa alaikum salam.